Dear students, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you? I hope best for you. I, Mukesh Kumar, welcomes you to Mukesh Online Academy. And we are doing the first chapter of the NCERT book, science book. That is the chemical reactions and equations. And I already have covered into different topics in the first 4 videos. First, about the physical and chemical change. Second, about the chemical reactions and their examples and activity. Third, about the characteristics of the chemical reactions and different characteristics we discussed. And in the 4th video, we discussed about the chemical equation and what are the different steps in balancing the chemical equations. If you have not seen those videos, and I have given the links of those 4 videos into my description box, then you can go there and you can watch them. Then it will give you back extra benefit when you are watching this video. Okay. So now we are going to cover in this video how can we make the chemical equation more informative. That means whenever a sentence is given, so how to incorporate all the information which is given in the sentence into just one equation that we will cover in this topic. Okay. And one tip for the best preparation for the examination. So as I usually give into my all the videos, then keep a notepad and pen with you. And prepare the key points, prepare a summary. So this will help you to summarize into the exams. Okay. So now, so if you have any doubt, any query, then you can write to us into the comment box, and you can write to us through WhatsApp or mail that we have given in the description. Or if you want to get the free notes, or if you want to get the live online classes, then you can also write to us on the WhatsApp or mail. Okay. So in this part, what we are going to cover, how to make the chemical equation more informative. So now let's start. So dear students, let's start. So today we are doing the making chemical equation more informative. So what we are doing today, making chemical equation more informative. Okay. Okay, so let's recap what we had done in the last. Okay, so we had done the balancing. Basically we had done the balancing part, in which we had done an equation that contains iron plus steam. Okay, and it was what was formed, Fe3O4, and plus hydrogen gas was formed. Okay, and we had balanced it. We had put 3 here, we had put 4 here, and we had put 4 here, and now this equation was balanced. So this balanced equation we had arrived in the last video, okay, in the last class. So now today we will do that, how can we make this chemical equation more informative. That means the sentence that we gave, that when the red hot iron reacts with the steam, then it forms a iron 2,3 oxide and hydrogen gas is formed. So there were certain things. That means one was the steam. Steam is a form of gas. Okay, so we had not used the liquid form of water. We had used the gas form of the water. Second thing, hydrogen gas is formed. So to make the chemical equation more informative, we can have 3 ways. Okay, we can have 3 ways in which we can make chemical information more informative. In which chemical equation can be make more informative. Okay. So how, let's see how can we make them. So what are these 3 ways? Okay. So number 1 is by indicating the state change. Okay. By indicating physical state of reactants and products. So this is the first thing that we can use so to make the chemical equation more informative. Okay. Now, what is the second thing that we can do? By indicating heat changes taking place in reaction. And the third thing that we can do by indicating conditions under which the reaction takes place. By indicating the conditions under which reaction takes place. Okay. See, so what are the three ways? First, we have by indicating the physical state of reactant, second by indicating the heat changes, and third by indicating the conditions. So let's take one by one. So we are taking the first one by indicating physical states, okay, of reactants and products. See, we already know that we have the three states, okay. And what are these three states? One is the solid, other is the liquid, and third is the gas. Okay. Now, instead of three, here we will use the four states, not the three states. Okay. And what is the fourth state here? Is the aqueous. AQUEOUS. Aqueous solution. Okay. If the solid state is being used, then we will put as in the bracket after the formula. Okay, then we will write this. If the liquid form is used, then we will write L in brackets. If the aqueous solution is used, then we will write AQ. AQ means aqueous solution. And what is the meaning of aqueous solution? That solution in water. Okay. So whenever we make the solution of any substance in water and we use that into the chemical reaction, then we write in brackets AQ. Okay. Gas, when gaseous form is used or gas is made, then we write bracket G. See, if the reactant or any product is in solid form, then we will write S. If it is in liquid form, then we will write L. If it is in aqueous solutions, then we will write AQ. And if it is in gas, then we will write G. And this is applicable for all reactants and products. Okay. Where do we put them? And we put them just after the formula of substance. Okay. So let's take an example. See, in our example, we had the iron, okay, plus water, arrow, we had the Fe3O4 and plus hydrogen. Okay. So now what form of iron is used? The solid. So we will write S here and balance it also. It was 3, it was 4 and it was 4. And water was used in the steam form, and the steam has got the G because the steam is the gas, so we will write the G. Fe3O4 is formed in solid form, okay, and hydrogen gas is formed in the gaseous form. So this is the one example that we give for these kind of symbols. Okay. Now let's take another example where we can use AQ. See, when the carbon dioxide gas is passed into the lime water, okay, then what is formed? Calcium carbonate is formed and water is formed. Okay. So it is balanced. We have the 2 here, we have the 2 here, carbon 1, oxygen 3, oxygen 4 and 4. So it is balanced. Okay. Now see what we are using, the lime water. See, this is the lime water. And what is the lime water? That aqueous solution of quicklime. Okay. Means when we put quicklime into the water, then after the reaction lime water is formed. Okay. So that means we will write the AQ here. Now carbon dioxide gas is being used and we will write gas here. Now what is being formed? The white precipitate of calcium carbonate, which makes the lime water milky. Okay. So here the precipitate is being formed, and precipitate is the form of solid. So for precipitate we will write S, and since the water is formed in the liquid form, so we will write L here. Okay, this is how we will write the different symbols after the formula in case we want to make the equation more informative. Okay, now the second one, see, the second is by indicating the heat changing. By indicating the heat changes. Okay, see what kind of heat changes can take place. See, heat can be either absorbed or heat can either be given. These can be these two forms. When it is absorbed, or in some cases we can give the heat from outside. Okay, so if here the heat is being absorbed, here heat is given means heat is being evolved. Okay, so these are the endothermic, as we have discussed into the other parts also, and these are called the exothermic. Okay, now if the heat is being absorbed, if heat is absorbed, then what do? We write plus heat on left hand side of equation. That means on the reactant side. Okay, clear? Or we can write above the arrow. Okay, so let's take an example. See, when calcium carbonate, means the marble, is heated. Okay, so that means we are giving heat from the outside. When the calcium carbonate, means the marble, is heated, that means we are giving the heat from the outside. Then what is being formed? Quicklime is formed. Okay, and carbon dioxide gas is formed. See, the calcium carbonate is solid, so we will write the solid here. Okay, quicklime is also solid, so we will write the solid here. But it is the gas, so we will write the gas here. Now since the heat is given from the outside, so we will write the heat, or how can we write it? CaCO3 plus heat. Okay, arrow CaO, S, then plus CO2. So either we can write that way or this way we can write. Okay, see, there are different terms that we can write instead of heat. We can write either heat, or we can write heat energy, or we can just write energy also. Okay, these are the different forms of the word that we can write either on the left hand side or right hand side. Okay, now see, if heat is evolved, that means during the reaction the heat is being given, then what will we do? We write plus heat or heat energy or energy on right hand side of equation. Okay, that means on the product side. Okay, clear? So with plus sign. Okay, now let's say take an example. See, when we put the quicklime into the water, okay, then slake lime and lime water is formed. Along with it, a lot of heat is released. So that means this is an exothermic reaction. So what we are doing here is, so heat we are writing on the right hand side because heat is being evolved. And let's balance it also. So it is already balanced. So this is solid is being used. Here we are using the gas liquid form, and it is being in the liquid, both liquid and solid form. So here we will write the solid form. Okay, because this is the slake lime, and if we write the lime water, then we will write the liquid form. Okay, and the heat is given. Clear? Let's take one more example. See, when we burn the coal in presence of oxygen of the air, okay, then carbon dioxide gas is formed. So it is already balanced because we have carbon on one side, and on the right side, and so on. Oxygen is also balanced. So both are balanced. So it is already the balanced equation. Okay, so let's first see. Here we are using the solid form because the coal is always found in the solid form. Oxygen we use in the gaseous form. Carbon dioxide, the gaseous form, is used. Okay, now is there any heat change? Yes, because a lot of heat is given out. A lot of heat is given out. So this is the exothermic reaction. We will write the plus heat on the right hand side. Okay. Now one more reaction, CH4 plus O2. CH4 is basically methane, which comes from the natural gas. From natural gas, and it is in the CNG. Okay. When it is burned in the presence of oxygen, then we get the carbon dioxide and water, and a lot of heat is also evolved. As we can see, we can cook the food also. Okay, so that much of heat is evolved. Clear? Now some changes. Here we are using, this is gaseous form, oxygen is also gaseous form, carbon dioxide is also gaseous form. Now the water here is also formed in the gaseous form. Okay, because it is because of the heat, it converts into the steam immediately. Okay, see, now we have to balance this equation also. I'll tell you one quick method here how to balance. See, here we have the carbon 1, here we have the carbon 1. So carbon is balanced, but here we have the hydrogen 4, but here we have the hydrogen 2. So if we multiply it by 2, that means we will get the hydrogen 4. Clear? Now here oxygen is 2 and here oxygen is 2 into 1. So we get the oxygen is also balanced. So this is a very quick method we can do, but within minutes, within seconds, we can solve the equation, we can balance the equations. Okay, so this is also the heat change where we have given the heat on the right hand side because the heat is evolved. Okay, now let's take the third one. See, the third one, by indicating the special conditions, by indicating the conditions under which reaction takes place. Okay, see, what are these conditions under which the reactions takes place? Like, it can be, suppose if we are giving heat from the outside, if we are maintaining certain temperature, if we are maintaining certain pressure, if we are using some kind of special substance which works as a catalyst. So there can be many things. Okay, so if we just count them, then it can be catalyst. Okay, it can be heat given from the outside, it can be temperature maintenance, okay, and it can be the pressure, and there can be some other things also which we need to give into the equations. Okay, so let's take one by one. Okay, now in some cases we may require the heat to be given from the outside. Okay, then in that case either we can write plus heat or we can just put the sign of the heat also. Okay, if heat is needed, if heat is required for reaction to take place, okay, as we have seen, okay, in the many equations that we heated that for the reaction to take place, that means the heat was required, so we put a delta sign. Delta means the triangle sign, okay, over the arrow. Clear? So like we had seen one equation in the last, that KClO3 arrow heat, either we can write heat here or we can put the delta sign also, and potassium chloride is formed and the oxygen gas is formed. So if we balance this, okay, so then we'll have to put 2 here and we'll have to put 3 here, because then it will become 6 oxygen and 6 oxygen here, but because of this there have been 2 potassium and 2 chlorine, so we will have to put 2 here. Now what are the different symbols which are being used here? The KClO3 is being used as a solid, it is formed in the form of solid, and it is formed in the form of gas, and whenever gas is there, when we can put the arrow also to represent the gas. Okay, now since heat is required for the reaction to take place, so we have put the delta sign over the arrow. It means if we don't write heat, if we don't write it and just put the delta sign, even then it will be sufficient. Okay, so delta means heat required. There was one more thing that we had studied in the last examples, that we had taken the same example. There was one thing required, that was the MnO2. Okay, then MnO2 is what? Catalyst. So that means whatever the condition is required, it will be in the presence of the catalyst MnO2. So then we will write this thing also. Okay. See, next is the temperature conditions. If any kind of temperature maintenance is needed, then we will also write it on the arrow, above the arrow or below the arrow sign. Okay. If the pressure, some pressure is also needed, like the temperature and pressure at which the reaction takes place. Okay. Then we also mention these conditions also. Okay, are indicated by writing their values above or below the arrow sign. Okay, so that means we can see this in example. Carbon monoxide gas, when reacts with the hydrogen gas, okay, then it forms the methyl alcohol. Okay. Now, first of all, let's see in what conditions this reaction takes place. So the condition in which this takes place is at 300 atm. At 300 atm means the pressure 300 atmospheric pressure. Okay. So what is the 300 atmospheric pressure? The pressure that we face, the 300 times of that pressure, at that reaction pressure this reaction takes place. And second thing, it takes place at 300 degrees Celsius. Okay, we have to maintain the temperature 300 degrees Celsius. That means we have to provide the heat also from the outside. And there is one more thing which takes place here. It takes place in the catalyst as a zinc oxide and chromium oxide. Okay. So what it means basically, and let's balance it also. So here we have the carbon 1, here we have the carbon 1, here we have oxygen 1, here we have the oxygen 1, but hydrogen we have 4 here, but here 2, so we can put 2 here. So now the hydrogen became 4, so now this equation is balanced, and this is taken in the form of gas, and this is the liquid form is. Okay, so let's write the meaning of difference symbol. 300 atmospheric pressure I have written. Okay, 300 degrees Celsius means temperature to be maintained. Okay, and this is the catalyst that we are using in the chemical reaction. Okay, let's write one more equation that we all have seen. That equation is the photosynthesis reaction. Okay, that CO2 plus H2O arrow C6H12O6 plus O2. First of all, balance the equation. We have the carbon 1 here, we have the carbon 6 here, and in the simultaneously I am telling you the quick method of solving the equation, balancing the equation. See, here we have the 1 carbon, here we have the 6 carbons, here we have the 2 oxygen, here we have the 6 oxygen, sorry, not 2, 2 plus 1 3, here we have the 6 plus 2 8, here we have the hydrogen 2, here we have the hydrogen 12. So what we can do, we can multiply this with the 6, so the carbon will become 6. We can multiply this with 6, so here the carbon became 6, here also the carbon became 6, but oxygen became 12 and 1 13, but here still it is 8. So since we have the hydrogen 12 here, so we can multiply by 6. Okay, so that means the hydrogen also balanced. Now the oxygen, let's calculate the oxygen. 6 into 2 12 and plus 6 18. So here we have the 6. Okay, so now let's multiply it with the 6. So 6 to 12 plus 6 18. So now the equation is balanced. See, now indicating more, giving more information. This is the gaseous condition is used. Here the liquid condition is used. Okay, and here it is glucose is formed. This is the glucose. It is formed in the form of liquid. Okay, not liquid, we can say it is formed in the aqueous solution. Okay, and this oxygen is also formed in the form of gas. Now some more information. As we all know that the photosynthesis, the sunlight is needed, so we will write the sunlight. As we know that chlorophyll is also needed, so we will write the chlorophyll here in the question. Okay, so today students we have learned about the different ways in which we can provide the chemical, so many information to a chemical equation. Okay, and these are the three ways. First, by indicating the state, means solid, liquid, aqueous solution and gas. Second is the heat changes, either exothermic or endothermic. Okay, and third is the special conditions under which this reaction is being taken place. So we have covered all this. Okay, so dear students, in the next video we will study about the different types of reactions. So in that first we will take the combination reactions. Okay, so students, I hope you would have understood the topics which I have taught you in these videos. Okay, and thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. You write your comments about the video or any query about the topic in the comment box. Okay, suppose if you want to get the free notes, then you can also write to us on the WhatsApp or on the mail. Okay, or if you want to get the live online classes, then also you can write to us on the WhatsApp or on mail given in the description. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you would be benefiting from it. If you have liked it, then share it with your friends and subscribe to it. Thank you so much.